there's a lot of attention with chiropractic, and it's a good and bad thing. I feel that the videos that I come across, I have to shut off almost immediately.
Some of them are rough.
And it's nothing against any other chiropractor out there. I have love for you all. This is a great profession. The problem is we are miseducating the public on truly what chiropractic is and what we do as chiropractors. A common conversation in the office: snap, crackle, or pop. I want to get popped. I want to hear it pop. And don't get me wrong, there is a pressure release with any type of pop, or we call them cavitations. It's a release of gas.
Yeah.
And had a funny one the other day. Patient, him and his wife, they've been coming in for a while, and he's just a goofy guy, but he talked about, you're going to bring on the bone farts today. And I love those people, man. They're great.
Just call it like you see it.
Yeah, but they're real about it. They understand deep down that, our philosophies here in the office are more than just a snap, crackle, or pop, but it's very popular because there's something about that sound that it causes relief. I think even by patients that come in and say they've watched those videos, they'll say, I don't know why I sat there and watched chiropractic videos for an hour last night.
Right.
And you see what you see on those videos I'm not going to say that those individuals weren't getting relief from what was happening. And I think that's the satisfaction that we see is we see them get cranked. You hear a noise and then you see them after feeling better.
Yeah.
So the release of gas within the joint is a pressure release. We're huge on x-rays in the office. It's all we've ever known. Is philosophy-based chiropractic is to locate the area of the spine that is causing the issues. And without going on and on, I mean, we could talk about this for days, but it's just, I guess I go back to my experience with getting adjusted. And the first few times I had a pinched nerve in my lower back and we got movement, but you didn't hear a sound. But I was getting better as time went on. And so what I've realized is that it's a gimmick throughout this whole profession with the pop sound, or that the pop is what I need to feel better. Yeah. If you restore motion into the joint properly, a lot of the times you will get that cavitation noise or that pressure of gas leaving the joints. A lot of the times when patients experience that, we're literally resetting the joint and how it needs to move. But when you see a lot of these TikTok videos of a female in her mid-20s in yoga pants getting twisted all around, making a bunch of noise with the microphone right next to the patient.
I think I can't prove any of it, but I think that there's some noise pumped in there too on some.
100%. Because
some of them are, and we've been doing this for 7 years, and some of them are ridiculous.
Oh,
I mean, it is
the entire thing moves.
Yeah, they pulled the ripcord on it, and it's loud.
Yeah, and again, I think it's something that chiropractors have used for like marketing to get themselves out there, and that you hear these stories of getting cracked. However, if you properly diagnose a patient, as a chiropractic physician, you take them in, you do the new patient exam, you get their history, you palpate and feel their spine, you can have a good idea of where you need to go based on our experience and the patients we've seen. But when you take that x-ray, that is where you can actually visually see structurally what's going on in their spine. And the x-ray won't lie. It'll tell you exactly where at in the spine is getting overused biomechanically, which is just how your body moves. A lot of postural issues these days with computer settings, office workstations, working from home. And we can locate that area that's causing the issues. And then a lot of the times it all adds up in our diagnostic workup that we take from that day one history and exam. So then when we look at that x-ray, we can see what's causing it. We know which way to go with it at this point, and it's just going to take time based on what the x-ray is telling us. Yeah.
But if a patient comes in and they've been watching all those videos, let's say they come in the first time and everything's really tight. We diagnose, some muscular spasms, and then we get that x-rays. We see those places of stress. We adjust the first time, no pop. That's tough for when it comes to watching these videos. And we're only trying to be transparent about it because what happens with those videos is the expectations of when someone comes in. I've had tons of patients that come in and they never really pop, but they get better. And so there's so much more than just the pop. What if it's a muscular issue? Do we expect, we need a massive pop to fix the muscle issue? No, you treat the muscle. So there's different things that are going on, and there's different things that us as chiropractors treat. But going back to some of those videos, it's like a mixed emotion about it for me, because growing up with my dad and grandpa being chiropractors, I heard about all of the, oh, is your dad and grandpa a real doctor, or do they, what do they actually do? And all these kind of naysayers, and it was all just fine. So with these crack videos, it's been really cool to see the popularity come up, and people, while the popping sound is very sensationalized and it's getting us more well known, it also is just a little part of what we actually do within the office.
100%, dude. And if you look at it like this, if you got a patient that comes in and they're 40 years old and you take their x-ray and you can see it, there's chronological age and biological age. And based on what that patient's been up to throughout their life, maybe they've never been adjusted, maybe they've worked construction.
Yep.
They've caused patterns throughout their spine. So if we locate the area that's causing the issue on the x-ray and we can look at the joint, you can specifically see it, because the body's always trying to heal itself. So just like a callus on your hand, due to repetitive friction from lifting weights or playing the guitar, your body lays down thicker skin naturally. And so, wow, how amazing is that it's doing that so that the skin don't break open.
Yeah.
What happens is the bones and the skeleton do the same exact thing. They're compensating to try to make up for an area that's injured. And so they lay down thicker, more rigid bone. That's where arthritis comes from, and proper biomechanics or stress on your spine that lead to issues down the road repetitively, day after day, year after year, hour after hour. And a patient comes in and if you have the expectation that I'm just going to lay you down and crack you all over and you're going to feel better and fix these issues, I mean, it's just not possible. That's just how the physiology and things and how they work.